All right, we have an artillery duel from Anti-Kaiju versus Killing Smalls, Chaos Dwarf versus Empire. 2 Deathstreaker rocket launchers and a magma cannon versus 2 Hellblaster volley guns and cannons. Jesus. That is a lot. Well, alright. See how it goes. Sorcerer Prophet of Metal with just final transmutation. Some Chaos Dwarf Warriors for a front line, plus a bunch of Goblin Laborers. 2 Chaos Dwarf Blunderbusses. And as you mentioned, a Magma Cannon plus 2 Deathstreaker rocket launchers. Do have some Orc Laborers, some Hobgoblin Wolf Riders with spears throughout. The other side, we have a Light Wizard with Shemsburn Gaze and Net. We have Balthasar Gelt just as a Mana Battery on Foot Lord. I think with this kit, he's like 500 gold. Then with that money, a bunch of spearmen. Some of them are gold chevroned. We have some halberdiers, 2 cannons, 2 Hellblaster volley guns, 2 war wagons, and 2 Empire Knights. And the Deathstreaker rocket launchers with their spread shot just annihilate a great cannon, and they're even going to get him to rout. Just completely rout him. Okay, goodbye. All is not one-sided, though, as a magma cannon is already down to almost half HP. Quick net in onto Sorcerer Prophet of Metal. Now, he does have a bit of that Manticore / Eagle thing, where if you shoot him, he has such, like, jerky animations whenever he gets shot that even when he's netted, he's really not going to take that much damage, because if you shoot him, he freaks the fuck out, like you can see now. Which gives, like, they do it to look cool, but units with janky-ass animations like that, whenever they get shot, are so much better than things that just sit still and take it like dragons. It is so hard to actually punish something that's netted when it goes like, meh! And every time it's shot, it freaks out. It's crazy. It's crazy! Anyway, Deathstreaker rocket launcher's doing a ton of damage in the artillery duel. Doing very, very well. Has routed off both the Great Cannon crews at least once. Hobgoblin Wolf Riders snuck in through the back, but what is their plan? As they charge into Spearmen and get surrounded by Empire Knights. It was bold. They were definitely trying to get onto the artillery, but it just didn't work out. Whoops. Magma Cannon's already routing, but the Magma Cannon has done very, very little as far as the duel goes. Yeah, it's missed every single shot. So no one cares about that. The Deathstreaker's doing most of the work. And they rout off a Hellblaster volley gun crew. They even shatter it. So, man, Deathstreaker's doing great. I'm going to want to see them turn onto this last Hellblaster volley gun and really finish them off. But the Empire is being forced to advance, which they don't really want to do. Ooh, and now these war wagons are going to be in range of the Chaos Dwarf blunderbusses. I want to see that volley. It's going to rip them apart. Okay, kind of a half-ass volley because these guys got obstructed by nothing. Whatever, that's fine. Maybe we'll get to see the Deathstreakers do some stuff. Okay, we're going to see this one. These guys are all nice and clustered, so if it's a cluster missile, it should do a lot of damage. Yep, great damage. The Hellblaster volley gun is routed. There's no shot that they rally from that. Yeah, they're gone. Rough stuff here for the Empire. Sorcerer Prophet of Metal is chilling. He is in front of some war wagons, though, so he's going to have to fuck off for a bit. Otherwise, he's going to take a lot of damage. And he goes to take a lot of damage. Final Transmutation is overcast. It only hits one of the war wagons, but the Deathstreaker rocket launchers just streak in and smash into that war wagon. Good God. And then the war wagons with the Final Transmutation actually do get too close to Balthasar Gelt. Now, the Sorcerer Prophet did not bring his healing thing, so he's not going to get any healing. And oh, the Light Wizard is diving into melee, going to take care of the Deathstreakers himself while they focus on those war wagons doing excellent damage to the war wagons. Though one of the Great Cannon crews has actually come back to their mounts, so they could be a bit of a threat. The Shaman, the Sorcerer Prophet of Metal is going to chase off the Light Wizard. Maybe the Deathstreaker will rally. Maybe, possibly. Because even at that's, like, percentage-wise low health, he has almost as much health as the Light Wizard, and he's a way better combatant. But some Empire Knights have busted through the front line. It is mostly Hobgoblins, so they just walked through, and they will now upset that Deathstreaker. Make sure it's not able to do what it wants to do. Great Cannons are under fire. Where's the missile? Is it coming? Looks like not now, as it's busy. -1 leadership on this death streak if it can rally at all. It will come back, but we'll see. It has rallied behind me, but it immediately goes negative again, so it is just going to rout. Yep, there it goes. And the Light Wizard is after it, but the Sorcerer Prophet has other things to deal with. He's going to attempt to land on the Empire Knights with some Hobgoblin support. He will free up that Deathstreaker. Meanwhile, Chaos Dwarf blunderbusses just lighting up some spearmen. And they run away as soon as I notice that they're doing cool things, so I guess I don't get to see it. Other Chaos Dwarf blunderbusses also shooting at some spearmen. And halberdiers getting decent damage, but they really do need to be focusing on like the Empire Knights that are running around. So good news for the Chaos Dwarves. They managed to rally this Death Shrieker. Wow, that was a lot of damage from them Shem's Burning Gaze. I suspect it was overcast, but still did a lot. And even routes that Death Shriek, damn. Tough break for the Chaos Dwarves. Empire's really scrapping back. They had such a bad start, but now things are going okay. Looks like their artillery crews are now starting to get back onto their mounts. They were just waiting super far away until those Death Shriekers were dealt with. Now there is only one, and it is under fire from cannons. Chaos Dwarf blunderbusses doing some good damage to halberdiers. They need to get one more volley off here. Ooh, a side shot from another blunderbuss. I love the Chaos Dwarf missile units, like aesthetic and audio cues and everything are so good. Death Shrieker, another side shot from the Shem's Burning Gaze plus cannons poking it down is going to get rid of it, but it fires one last fuck you shot. Is it a splitter or is it single target? Looks like it's single target going for the war wagons. And absolutely smokes them. Takes one out. Very nice, very nice. Blunderbusses shatter those halberdiers and are now safe and sound. But we do have two great cannons online and a Hellblaster volley gun all going to fire at those little blunderbusses. That Death Shrieker should come back as long as that pesky Light Wizard is kept away from it. Ooh, but it takes a nasty cannon shot just as I say that. Okay, it might not come back. Yeah, it might be doomed. Blunderbusses, looks like they're running over to get some rear shots on some spearmen. Yeah. So they're just trying to clear out some chaff. While more blunderbusses move forward. And these ones are going to light up the Hellblaster volley gun that's also under attack by Goblin Laborers. And the Chaos Dwarf's taking a brief lead on the balance of power, though this is a hectic game. It's really hard to actually determine who's ahead. War Wagons have tons of ammo, great cannons have tons of ammo, but they don't have a lot of space, and there's not a lot of stuff left to protect them. These Goblin Laborers could walk up, Chaos Dwarves could walk up to the great cannons and just harass them, put them under pressure. War Wagons outrange the blunderbusses, so if they kite effectively, they can stay out of range, but are they really able to kill all those blunderbusses? I'm not so sure. Another Shem's Burning Gaze is going to hit the Sorcerer Prophet of Metal, who's another point of contention. He is not feeling great. But is there that much that can really stop him? Like, maybe if these great cannons take some time and shoot at him, they can help snipe him out or something. But if he turns and just fights this Light Wizard in the air, he should still win it. 25-30 melee stats versus 46-28. Yeah, he should still win it. And he has a way higher weapon strength. But running away, the Light Wizard's faster, so he's just going to catch you and you're going to take free damage. Yeah, he needs to turn around. You can see the giant chunk he does when he actually, like, stops and fights, so he just needs to stop and fight. He keeps taking rear attacks, which is weird. So I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah. He didn't opt into the fight soon enough, so now this guy is going to rout, and then the Light Wizard can chase him off. Damn. Rip in peace. Meanwhile, Hobgoblin Wolf Riders and Goblin Laborers are just overwhelming the Empire backline. A lot of stuff is routing, and these blunderbusses are continuing to try and chase the war wagons off the field. Deathstreaker Rocket Launcher is still routing, still has very negative, and especially with the Lord dying, that's going to be rough for the Chaos Dwarves, because a lot of these Goblin Laborers and Orc Laborers are just going to start routing. They have, like, Skaven and Greenskin level leadership, so if their Lord dies, they're just mega toast. Little bit of Benny Hilling as stuff gets chased around. War Wagons are getting maybe cornered by the blunderbusses. Hobgoblin Wolf Riders charge into melee and get some really good damage onto those War Wagons. Are going to rout them, almost, but not quite. Now we get a net. Blunderbusses trying to fire at the War Wagons, which are being used as chariots currently to go straight through these blunderbusses, as the Light Wizard also opts over to help, but there's a full health Chaos Dwarf Warrior coming, so I do wonder how effective this will really be in the long term. So War Wagons and the Light Wizard try and stop them. These blunderbusses probably need to go into guard mode and just finish off that War Wagon that's streaking in. Those guys have 12 ammunition. The one that's in melee only has 4. So they do need to do something with that. I don't know what the Empire is going to do about all these Chaos Dwarves, though. Like, these 2 Chaos Dwarf Warriors are actually going to be a huge problem. 3. There's 3 healthy Chaos Dwarf Warriors left in the late game. Damn. One War Wagon is routing. The other one's pulling through. It's the blunderbusses attempt to figure out what they want to do with their lives. Light Wizard is routed as these Chaos Dwarf Warriors beat his ass. Foot Guilt is in here. I mean, I don't know what the Empire's going to do about that. There's a lot of Chaos Dwarfs left, you guys. And they're pretty spooky melee combatants. They're not amazing, but they're better than Empire State Troops. One blunderbuss has routed. The other blunderbuss is trying to shoot at the war wagons. I don't know if they have guard mode on or not. Looks like they're trying to anyway. Halberdiers are routing. Gelt's in the middle of a whole bunch of Chaos Dwarf warriors as they hit the ×2 speed. Some Empire Knights are getting some cycle charging in. We do have blunderbusses routing. Chaos Dwarf warriors continue to battle. Empire takes a lead on the balance of power. Light Wizard is chasing those blunderbusses off. And the Chaos Dwarf pile is just unrelenting. Now the Light Wizard fucks off a little too soon, and these Chaos Dwarfs rally on the white line. Oh. If either player realizes they're there, that could get spicy, and yeah, the Chaos Dwarf player realizes that they're there. He's coming back. Empire... I don't know where they're running to. Looks like they're running back just to get some vigor without fighting Chaos Dwarf warriors, and I think they want the Light Wizard to do some cycle charging or something. But he now notices that these blunderbusses are here. He tries to hide behind the rock. Now he's up in the sky, doing his best to dodge around, but he is getting poked by those spreading shots of the blunderbusses. And he's dodging, like, nicely, but there's nothing here to follow up. There's nothing here to bail him out, so eventually he's going to have to make a choice. He either has to pick a direction and leave this fight, or he needs to dive him. And yeah, he's just getting poked down. He gets destroyed. And now he's routing with sub 300 health. His Chaos Dwarf blunderbusses try and turn and track him. It doesn't really matter, though. He's so close to the edge of the map. He's just going to go off anyway, but they are still shooting at him. So goodbye to him. Chaos Dwarf warriors are now in a big old pile as war wagons come streaking towards them. Empire Knights also going to try and charge while the blunderbusses reform the lines. War wagons, they're not the best of chariots. They do get in here, but they don't get a lot of damage done. And it is a last-ditch effort from the Empire while these blunderbusses try to get over there, get in range. War wagons rout, Empire Knights rout. We might start a mass rout from the Empire, as their already fledgling leadership does not do well with allies running away. Blunderbusses barely hanging on with 3 leadership. There's nothing behind them to be spooky and scary. Nice side shot into a clustered up unit, giving them all debuffs from being shot. And it is only a matter of time now, I think, as the rallied Chaos Dwarf blunderbusses have something to say about this game. They're now going to turn and shoot. I don't know what they're shooting at. I don't know if they can even see it. They can see some of it. And with almost equal amounts of friendly fire versus actually hitting their opponents, they will get the Empire to rout. And Balthazar Gelt counts for a lot of balance of power that he doesn't deserve because he doesn't have any spells, but the game just treats him as a caster lord. So it's like, he could have like a final transmutation. You don't know. Which we all know he doesn't because he doesn't even have the spell. Balance power doesn't know that. But this is officially doomed. Everybody routs except for Gelt. Gelt is now surrounded by Chaos Dwarf warriors, and he is destroyed. A very, very scrappy game from both players. Sorcerer Prophet of Metal did okay. 1,100 damage value, 2,100 for one of the Deathstreakers, 1,000 for the other. Magma Cannon literally 0. Blunderbusses 1,100 and 900. Chaos Dwarf warriors all did well. Hobgoblin Wolf Riders did mixed, and the Goblin Laborers and Orc Laborers did mixed. Killing Smalls, his Mana Battery Lord did Mana Battery things. Shemsburn and Gazecaster did 2,600 value, which is the most I've seen a Light Caster do in a very long time. Hellblaster Volley Guns, mixed, overall not great. Cannons, mixed, overall not great. War Wagons did well. Empire Knights did well. Halberdiers, not great. And Spearmen, mixed. GG. Roar! Subscribe, yes, yes.